So the movie opens up with Qing Ming as his younger self. He's probably like in between 18 to 21, 22 when the movie starts, and you're in the temple where the stone is being guarded, and it's uncovered, and it's a lot of bodies laying around, and the other temple leaders, they run in and look at him and like, what happened? And he's like, oh, Cimu, he's dead. A demon escaped from the ceiling and they tried to get the stone. So automatically they blame Qing Ming because he's half human, half demon. So then he does like this little smoke thing where he gets away. So then they tell the story. It's just a voiceover telling the story about the serpent who unleashed demons to wreak havoc on the on Earth, and the Yinyang Masters that had to fight him using the Tushan sword. With the Tushan sword, they was able to vanquish the slaying the serpent Shang Yu, that is the snake that unleashed the demons, and with slaying him, they were able to banish all the demons from Earth, leaving humans and demons supposed to be forever separated, with humans in the Earth realm and demons and monsters in the monster realm. And whenever a demon leaves the monster city, well, escapes, it's the Yinyang Master's duties to fill it up in their chamber ceiling. So then you meet Boya, who is the leader of the Imperial Army, and he is leading the tributes, like the jewels and trinkets and stuff that people have given upon the Emperor. He's taking them to the Emperor, and that is where he encounters some interesting things in the forest. So, like within a few minutes of them walking in the mystical forest, well, I don't. They never even say if it's mystical, if it's just like how they forests are there, and they start hearing stuff, and then they see this big figure in the road, like with its back turned. So then the figure in the road turns around and it got three heads. And it's like wearing masks on all its heads. It's a little creepy looking. So Boya is the only soldier that steps up to it and tries to fight it. And this thing is very well trained. So then all the other soldiers start running away and leaving Boya to fight the thing by itself. So he slashes off the top head of it, and you think that's going to be it, but no, it picks up its top head, puts it back on, and continues to fight. So at the nice choreographed fight scene, you find out that that figure was only raccoons. Well, these aren't just any raccoon. These is like demon raccoons. So once he knock them down, they get back up and charge at him, and then you see Q Ming appears, and he's acting like he's helping him, and he starts looking through the different boxes, and then he calls his troop of different monsters and animals and trolls and things, and they take away all of the tributes that were going to the emperor. So then we arrive at Q Ming's house, and he has like the cutest little cottage and enchanted forest with beautiful flowers and trees and stuff for him and his different animals and demon friends to live at. So then we're taken back to the Yinyang temple, and it's like a group of guys walking around. Then this thing jumped down from the sky and blow some dust in one of their faces, and so he's possessed. So he just starts killing people that's in the same exact temple where the original stone was when we first started the movie at. So then, by me, jumps in from the sky all cool like and touches his forehead and he just passes out. So these two flying demons are trying to steal the scale stone, and Baini is able to stop one of them, but the other one gets away with it. So she shoots him with this magical arrow, and he falls down in one of the forests, and that just so happens to be where the three raccoons are at. And so they see the scale stone and they start fighting with the demon that dropped it, and then one of the raccoons swallows it. So right away the raccoon starts choking and passes out, and the other raccoon picks him up and takes him back to Quan Chi's house. Not Quan Chi's, I mean Qing Ming's. So then we meet the ice lady via the demon that got away with the scale stone at first. So he comes back empty handed and she just kills him. Like, you're worthless. And then this hand thing that doesn't have a body finishes off the job. So that's when scene jumps back to Qing Ming's house where the raccoons are trying to sneak in with the passed out raccoon that swallowed the scale stone. And Qing Ming sees them trying to sneak in and stops them, and he seals up the raccoon who was sick, but he doesn't know why yet. You also see another lady there training some of the other animals. So when Qing Ming leans down to check on the raccoon, it kind of breathes in his face, and then he's taken into like this dark space where the old serpent is talking to him, telling him like, "Oh, the scale stone is free now. You must align with me." Trying to get him on his dark side. So everyone back at the Yinyang Master temple thinks that Qing Ming had his demons come and steal the scale stone because they know him to hang out with the three raccoons. Those are his demons. So no one knows about the ice queen or the ice lady yet. So we're taken back to a flashback when Qing Ming and Baini and Cimu were all children at the Yinyang Master Academy, and Qing Ming had an episode where he like displayed his power or whatever when they were reading off some protection spells to keep the serpent demon locked up, and he had threw Cimu across the room, and so Cimu got up like go back down, and he touched his forehead and he was like, okay, class, we're not going to tell any of the other masters about it. But it was the serpent god that was talking to Qing Ming when they were doing the reading of the protection spell. Not serpent god, but serpent demon. So when little Cimu had knocked him down, he was like, whether you man or demon, you need to know how to control yourself. You got to learn it. So Boya shows back up to the, I don't know what you would call it, the place like where he was supposed to be bringing the offerings and tributes, and he like, oh, we don't have it. It was stolen. I need to go get it. And dude like I'm suspending you, and if you have 3 days to get in, if you don't, then we're confiscating your family, like your family treasures, like not even treasures. They was just gonna confiscate all his family stuff. So he is on the hunt for Qing Ming because everybody thinks that Qing Ming is behind it. Well, Qing Ming actually did steal all the offerings. So that is when he runs into Xing Li. So they are on the road to get to the monster realm so they can meet Qing Ming. So Boya wants to take him in, and she wants to meet him because we don't know yet why. But in order to get to the monster realm, it's like miles and miles away, and you have to have a sigil. So Boya had a sigil that Qing Ming had threw at him when he had left and took all of the offerings. So she used that and did some like dance thing and tore it, and then the bridge opened to get into the monster realm. So once they go in there, they're hiding out, and then Qing Ming finally arrives. And like the set, the costumes, everything like just is amazing. It's kind of like it's colorful yet dark. So I forget what kind of. It's not like the uh, Batman cinema, but kind of puts you in that realm of how everything could be dark, but then they put some light features in it. So when they're walking around in the monster realm, they're in like the market court, which kind of reminds you of some alien shopping courts that you see in like the outer space movies, because it's a lot of different creatures. Kind of reminds you of like Star Wars almost, with the different creatures walking around and different stuff being sold there. So Qing Ming meets up with this whale looking dude who is the leader of the monster realm, and he is asking for the sword that I mentioned in the beginning of the story. So the dude is like, why you even asking me for that? I forgot y'all. I thought y'all forgot that I even had that, because he had borrowed it from the Yinyang Master temple to take over the monster realm, and he never gave it back. So Qing Ming like, no, we didn't. Go ahead and let me get that. So he like, well, and this is the part that got me. So the whale dude know that it belongs to the Yin and Yang Master Temple, but he tells Qing Ming like, well, make me an offer. You gotta make me an offer, because Qing Ming was about to drop all his treasures and gold and stuff. So Qing Ming was like, well, how about two humans? And the two humans, of course, is Boya and Sung Mi. So Boya is put into the ring with this uh, little red demon. So it comes out all bouncing around, happy, dancing, probably right up under his kneecap. So as the fight continues, every time Boya hits him or punches him, he gets bigger. So that was like a big surprise for him, because he thinks he's winning, and then this thing just gets like really big on him. So then the whale thing takes Qing Ming to the room where the sword is, and right at the door he says, you're gonna have to go in alone. And that's where he should have knew something was up, because I knew something was up. Anytime somebody takes you somewhere, you're like, oh, I can't go in there with you. So Qing Ming gets the sword, and the other Yin Yang Masters are there. in the room once he unlocks it to get the sword from him because he can't take it. So he does this little spell thing that I thought was so cool. You're gonna have to check it out. Um, he like touches the floor, says a spell, and then he goes down to the second floor and seals the floor in. So he didn't even really have to fight them. But when he goes down to the next floor, Baini is there waiting for him. So he runs away because he doesn't want to fight her. And at the same time, while this is happening, um, Boya is down there in the ring still fighting with the red demon who is getting bigger and bigger on him. And before, when Qing Ming and the well dude was on the way to the room, Qing Ming had sent a little paper sigil down there in the ring with him to help him out. So while Baini is still trying to fight Qing Ming, she tells him like, "Hey, you have the scale stone. You better give it back." And he's like, "What? I ain't got no scale stone." She was like, "Yeah, you and your raccoons, you stole it." And so that's when it's confirmed what he always thought, but it's confirmed when she says it that yeah, that's what the raccoon has swallowed was the scale stone. So then Boya starts winning against the red demon and hits him in his nose and he starts getting smaller and everything. So it's a fight to the death. So instead of Boya killing him, he throws the sword and lets him live. So they're fighting to get out of the arena, and Qing Ming is fighting to get out with the Tucson sword. And Baini is still trying to fight Qing Ming. So it's like a whole 10-minute fight scene, escape scene that's really nice. And then the Red Demon is also trying to help them get out too now because Boya didn't kill him, so he's trying to save him and help him get out. So the Yinyang Masters have Qing Ming and no, they got Qing Ming and Boya and Sun Li all surrounded, and then Baini jumps in with a protection spell shield in front of Qing Ming, and she ends up getting hit with an arrow that was shot from one of the Yinyang Masters. So Qing Ming does this little teleport thing and everyone jumps in. So they are teleported back to Qing Ming's house, which he is trying to heal up Baini's wounds. So while there, the raccoon that has swallowed the scale stone has a little episode in which Qing Ming has to kill him. And so upon killing him, he the thing like turns to dust and you see this scale stone. So then Bonnie was like, mm-hmm. She just gave him that look like, mm-hmm. See, I told you you stole it. So she was like, you know what? I'll let you mourn your demon friend in peace, but I'll be back in the next 2-3 days. Right? She wasn't playing. So she leaves. So then we are taken back to a flashback to when Baini and Qing Ming was children and they had made a pact. So Qing Ming had um, agreed to be Baini's spirit guardian. And when you make a pact to be somebody's spirit guardian, you're supposed to protect them forever. So when Baini leaves to go back to the temple, she is taken to the forest instead, and she's like, "Why am I here?" But the Yinyang Masters showed up, and she handed off the scale stone, but they weren't able to get away. She was like, "Take this, go as fast as you can." And he was still standing there looking at her when the snowflakes was falling down. So we already knew that the snow lady was on her way. So now they had to go up against her, and she was throwing icicles and came down with a sword. She ended up killing everybody. She came with a double-edged sword, and she killed everybody in like under 30 seconds. So then Qing Ming shows up, and he like, you started this 7 years ago. We about to end it right now. And she was like, if you want me, come and get me. But then she go away because now she has the skill stone. So Qing Ming goes off, finds her where she is. She's still like in a ice cap thing, and so they fight Qing Ming versus the ice lady, and he kills her, of course. And so she's dying, and while that is happening, Bai Ning is still in the forest, and Cimu comes up on her, and she's of course super surprised to see him because she thought that he died 7 years ago. And so he takes the scale stone and puts it inside of his chest, and he starts growing horns, and that creepy hand thing that I told you about that had killed the other dude, that's his hand that had got cut off 7 years ago by the ice lady. And that thing starts growing big, and now it's like this thing that he can ride. And along with getting horns, he also got a new hairdo. Yes, they got him with a fly ass red wig on. It's like, and then he starts shaking around like, yes, girl, just got my new install. So then he rides off on his big hand thing. And so then it's the flashback of when Cimu was at the temple 7 years ago, and he released the snow lady from the demon chamber, and she vowed to be his spirit guardian and servant. So that's when, they faked the death that same night or whatever, and he blamed it on Qing Ming, but he was telling him, like, ever since we was kids and you threw me up against that wall, bro, like, I've been obsessed with demons and being one. So that's what tipped me on. So now he has like this demon energy in him, and he's going a little crazy. And he also choked out by me too, so she's still like laying in the forest while Cimu is on his way to the monster realm. So then back at Qing Ming's house, they gearing up for war, They already know what time it is. So they burn down the house. They like, we will not retreat. This is the only way to do it. And if we gotta die defending the bridge from the monster realm and the human realm, then we gonna do it. So Q means demon animals, they go to the bridge to try to break it down so the monsters can't cross, because once Cimu got across the bridge, he started doing like this mind control thing where all the monsters are now under his control. So now they're all marching towards the bridge, but Q Ming pops in on him, and then Cimu and Q Ming start fighting, and then it's another uh, good little fight scene. Then everybody at the bridge fighting and everything, and Cimu coming on his large hand or whatever, and then him and Kwame have another fight. And so once he's stricken with like Cimu blood, because it got that scale stone in it, the serpent demon's able to talk to him again. And they trying to mess your boy Quan Chi up. Why I keep calling Quan Chi? Q Ming up. But Q Ming's smart. I ain't gonna give that part away. That was a nice little spin, turn, everything. So not only do Q Ming have to fight Cimu, he gotta fight his hand too. Cause remember, it's ginormous and it's detached from him, and is doing all this weird stuff. So you got that going on at the bridge, and everybody fighting, and it's just a long, uh, interesting fight scenes with amazing wigs, and some of the monsters' faces. It looked like they didn't use makeup; they just got like Party City masks or something. But some of the other monsters' makeup was really good, and overall, that fight scene was pretty good right there between everybody. So then only one is left standing at the end of the battle, and I will not tell you who, because though I have told some spoilers, I won't spoil the whole entire movie for you. Overall, the Yinyang Master is definitely 2 thumbs up, all the way up. I would definitely watch this movie again. It is worth the like 2 hours that yeah, it has like a 2 hour runtime. So definitely worth it. It is entertaining, and like it has so many great features. The story was good. The voiceover acting was pretty good. I watch a lot of subtitle movies, so that's why I'm saying this one's pretty good. But if you're not used to like dub overs, then it might bother you at first. But um, this one is pretty good. The actors did a good job of like acting like they were speaking American, which is very trying when you think of it, because I'm sure they had to film these scenes multiple times because the movie is originally shot in Mandarin and converted to English. So that's something to keep in mind. So go ahead, give it a check. I'll watch it. Let me know what you like. The Yin Yang Master on Netflix just came out this year, and it is a part two to it. Well, it's not a part two, it's a second movie, and it's kind of a prelude. It is the Yin Yang Master Dreams. So give it a check out.